coming this morning. My name's Evan Harrison. I'm an advisor for the Hacktoff campaign that set up these meetings with the three-party leaders. To my left here is Brian Paddy, who many of you will know, who was a victim of the phone hacking and has particular experience of the police aspects of this. Mark Lewis on my left is solicitor to the Dowler family and a number of the other victims of the phone hacking scandal, and has been a witness to the select committee himself. On my right is Martin Moore, who is the director of the Media Standards Trust and the founder of the Hacktoff campaign. And to his right is Professor Brian Cathcart from Kingston University, former deputy editor of The Independent on Sunday, also from the Hacktoff campaign. I'm just going to ask Professor Cathcart first to come into the mic and explain the background to the Hacktoff campaign.
This is a group of people who have been following these events very closely for years, and they include journalists, academics, the victims themselves, of course, their lawyers, and others. And we have been concerned for a very long time that the full truth of this story would not come out unless there was a full public inquiry. Now events have moved on. It does look like there will be inquiries. We want to make sure that when they happen, they will reach the truth in a way that will meet all the viable, all the current public concerns.
Martin Moore.
I just wanted to say that we started the Hacktoff campaign for a public inquiry because we wanted to get the truth. When we were setting up the campaign, we didn't know that Milly Dowler's phone had been hacked. We didn't know that parents of Hollywell's and Jessica Cameron's phone had been hacked. We now know police saying that 4,000 people's phones may have been hacked, and that's from one private detective working at one newspaper. So it's already taken 5 years to find this out. We know that there is a lot more to come. The campaign won't stop until we know how far this went, who was responsible, who covered it up, and what can be done to prevent it from happening again. This morning we met with the Deputy Prime Minister, Nick Clegg, to discuss the issues around the public inquiry. It was a very positive first step. It was sympathetic, and he agreed with us about the speed with which the inquiry has to happen and how the inquiry has to have. Tomorrow we hope to discuss this with the leader of the opposition, Mr. Mann, and subsequently on Wednesday with the Prime Minister, David Cameron. A lot of people have spent a lot of tough time trying to stop this inquiry happening. We need to make sure it's not hobbled before it begins. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mark Lewis will read a statement from the Dowler on behalf of the Dowler family.
All Sally and Gemma said that they had a very constructive meeting, that Nick Clegg certainly seemed to listen and was fully engaged with what they were saying. Nick Clegg had a genuine desire for change and for the best way to proceed with the truth. He had told them that he would be meeting with David Cameron and with Ed Miliband to discuss what they had told him. It is sad, as they say, that it has taken such a tragedy to bring this out into the open. And their hope is that at least it will help other families who do not have to go through what they have gone through. They believe it is vital that the people responsible will be held to account. There are very senior people who have to take responsibility for what happens in their media organisation.
Mark, the Dowler's up. Hang on one at a time. Laura first.
The family think that they want everything.
I haven't discussed with them how high that should be from, but there hasn't been. They were notified in April this year, in April 2011, which seems that the Surrey police about this as far back as 2002. That's 9 years that people are aware. The Metropolitan Police would have had documentation going back as far as 2006. It's 5 years since the Metropolitan Police. Nobody told us that the Dowler family was preparing to go to the street on a child by Belfield. And the ordeal that we have to go through on that. It's just the ordeal on top of the ordeal.
What question do you represent? Yeah.
Mark, Andy Bell 5 News. Are the Dowlers satisfied with what the government has announced so far with these inquiries?
They haven't met with David Cameron, the Prime Minister at this stage. They have met with Nick Clegg in position. They are keen to ensure that there is a proper inquiry, a judge-led inquiry to follow it through, so that the right people are forced to give evidence under oath for the proper inquiry to be made.
I just want Martin to address that as well.
We're meeting with the event tomorrow and the Prime Minister on Wednesday. We have to absolutely make sure that the terms and the timing of the inquiry are right. There's an awful lot of people that have tried to prevent this inquiry happening for a long, long time. We need to now make sure it's not compromised before it begins. And hopefully we'll be able to do that by the end of Wednesday.
Question here.
Holly Curtis from The Guardian. Did you discuss the Beef Sky Beef bid?
Say that again.
Did you discuss the Beef Sky Beef bid?
Did we discuss
The Big Sky bid and press standards was part of the discussion that took place. It was a wider issue that was discussed. The whole of the press, the whole of the media was discussed. The relationship with the police, the relationship with corporate governance, and whether or not fit and proper standards apply.
I think that's right. There's a variety of views among the victims of phone hacking, as you can imagine, and certainly many of them have concerns about that particular issue.
Yeah.
I hope that those concerns will be met.
Don't know whether even standing. Could you just reiterate their views on Rebecca Brooks, whether or not she should be fired and whether or not she should be prosecuted?
We take